on?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Beer Spring. This is Beer Spring episode 27. Pretty sure that's right.
27, somewhere in there, yeah.
Today is October 25th of 2020. 2 weeks before the end of civilization as we know it.
Maybe, and I feel fine.
Maybe a week and a half. Who knows? Whatever. So today on Beer Spring, we should do the host thing. I'm Hoppy Hippo. This is Beer Snob Esquire.
Beer Snob Esquire.
Behind the scenes, we have producer A and producer D, who don't want to be on camera, but
nope. But they're back there producing the beer.
Occasionally appear on camera, and will definitely give us some of their thoughts as we go through. So, today's show is going to be Hazy IPAs, all picked up locally. I believe we have two from San Francisco, 2 from Oakland, and 1 from Tracy.
That's correct.
And then we're going to add a new segment this week, so stay tuned after the regular tasting. We're going to be adding a Sour of the Week segment with bonus commentary coming from Cali Beer Girl.
Looking forward to that. That should be fun.
We've got a great sticker to represent her for now.
We do.
Totally fine. So that's today's plan. Let's see. What do we want to talk about? Let's talk about this week. So, anything exciting that's happened? Oh, I did a thing. I went on a road trip yesterday to the Half Moon Bay area. Went to this cute little pumpkin farm and had a hay maze. It's pretty fun. It's called Arata Farms. It's reasonably priced. The hay maze took 40 minutes probably. It was pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Then we rolled from there to Hop Dogma, located in half Hop Dogma. What did I say? Did I not say Hop Dogma?
You said Hop.
Hop Dogma. Boy, I'm speaking too fast. It's a nice spot. They've doubled in size since we were last there.
Well, I remember the place. I liked the setup. The indoor was nice. High ceilings, airy, but really big windows everywhere. And then they had that courtyard in the middle with the buildings all the way around it. It had some great outdoor seating, but you said...
it was more like an outdoor-indoor seating, oddly enough, because it was inside of like the little strip mall sort of thing. But, these look good. But they added some more. One is here. Okay. I like how every week our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 order changes, so they have to tell us. So it's like always a guessing game. That's fun.
To be fair, you don't always only have 5 beers.
Well, that's
sometimes
true.
You have 8, sometimes you have 7.
Ooh, 7 was too many last week. Those of you who watched or seen that video, was 7 double IPAs. Look, make an executive decision. It's too fucking many double IPAs.
I disagree with him, but you know,
it was too many.
Executive decision.
I was a little on the drunken side by the end.
That is true.
I like to think of
a lot on the drunken side, says our producer.
I was not sober. We're sure of that. I think I went running later though, so that's nice. Or I might have run in the morning though.
I think the executive producers are going to say no to the 7 double IPAs.
7 doubles too many.
Yeah, these smell great.
Yeah, these smell great. So Hop Dog was a nice spot. Their beer is pretty good there. We reviewed their collab with Altamont a few weeks ago. It's pretty good. I had their one of their newer IPAs. It was a collab with Half Moon Bay Brewing. It was good. It was called 9th Grade Mullet. It had nice flavors. I gave it a 4 1/4 on Untapped. Had good juiciness, good scent. And then Amber had their Schwartz beer. Those of you who know me know that I like Schwartz beers. So does Amber. And it was a pretty good Schwartz beer. So that's solid. Let's see. What do we do next? We rolled from Hop Dog Man Half Moon Bay over to Barebottle in San Francisco. We love Barebottle.
We do.
They have not opened for indoor seating yet.
Really?
Not at all. I asked about that. I was like, they may change the mandate, and the guy was like, yes, but the bartenders and stuff aren't comfortable yet. So,
but I like that that's the decision.
Totally fine. So we ended up sitting outside. They set up a nice little patio outside, a little raised patio, big grass and stuff. I wouldn't call it a parking lot area. It's more like this.
Where they put the food trucks?
Space where food trucks park.
Right, basically.
Yeah. You know.
Although that's probably pretty safe for the cars, considering you can actually see the cars.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. There's like 6. There was 6 seats, like 2 picnic tables and a couple of high top 3-seater sort of. They weren't doing flights, but their beer menu was still great. It was a lot of beers on tap, plenty of beers.
They've always got a great selection and a pretty good variance.
Yeah. We tried a few things there. We tried several of their hazies. Shock. The special one we tried, I do want to mention, is we tried their one of their barrel-aged beers. One of their barrel-aged stouts. We just got a 5-ounce pour of it. Pro tip, apparently they give you 8 ounces, even though it says 5, whatever. It's a little 13.3% stout. Ooh. Supposed to have notes of brownies and marshmallows and cookies, I think.
No, the cookies was the
cookies was the other one. It did marshmallow and brownies, though, I think.
Yeah, but I don't remember what else. Vanilla for sure.
Yeah, it was great. It's really good.
Sounds really good. That sounds really good.
The food truck was good. It was Mobiles, I think. No, it was not the same one. It's called like Mobiles. And then from there we rolled to Local Brewing in San Francisco, which most of you know is a perennial favorite of us here.
Yes.
Beer spinning. It's probably one of my wife's favorites. It's basically the brewery we stop at the most often in San Francisco. I've mentioned that before. The location just works nicely for us. The stuff we like to do is kind of near market, kind of offbeat, so there's always parking.
Yeah, I think that's the main part of it. Is it's pretty easy to find parking over there. Yeah,
people are friendly. The beers are usually very good. The beer menu or the food menu is pretty good. They're getting a little better. Got some panini stuff like that on it. It was nice.
I like it. Panini.
It was nice. They still make a great beer mustard.
Ooh.
Yeah, they have great beer mustard.
Yeah,
honestly, they really do. It's very
I want a panini with the beer mustard now. Thanks, Corey.
Well, they did have a pastrami option. I wonder if we could have gotten with the pastrami. That might have been great, actually.
A little bit of Swiss cheese, pastrami, beer mustard. Sounds good to me.
That was it. So that was yesterday's trip for me. Did you do anything exciting yesterday?
I ran 7 miles.
Oh, good. Did you run it at a reasonable pace, or did you feel bad?
11:30.
That's pretty good.
I feel bad about it. I did good the first. See, when I go running, my dogs won't let me go without them, and so my first couple of miles are really bad because they like to sniff and poop and pee every like 6 times in the first mile and a half. So
sorry, guys.
Really
Change.
adds to stuff.
Still spare talk.
Okay. So what else is in the news? Okay, well we're about a week and a half away from election. So remember, vote. Halloween is coming up next week, and for Halloween, I will discuss our show. For Halloween, we're going to do a trick or treat. We're going to get a 6-pack of good old PBR, and we're going to add something to it. The somethings will be determined by spinning the wheel of adjunct, which we will do either at the end of the show today or as part of the show tomorrow. And some of the things that we're looking at adding are like, next week, next Sunday, the day after Halloween, so the Day of the Dead. Adding pickle juice, Chipotle Tabasco, Pop Rocks. Those are some of the options. So peanut butter crunch, the cereal. So yeah, should be interesting. Should be fun to watch, I suppose. We'll see. But just a fun idea we came up with. And what else did we do?
What else did we record?
Huh?
The U.S. is setting records this week.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, the coronavirus is going great. The U.S.
New
is
records. We the best. We're
at the highest levels that they've ever been. Apparently, we're rounding the corner again. But I think we've rounded enough corners that we're basically on the same road now.
Well, it's a circle. You just keep rounding the corner. That's
true too. That is true too.
That's how corners work.
But apparently, it's getting bad in other places too. Italy's hitting records, so they're in a full-blown second wave.
What was it Finland, the one that decided not to really clamp down in Europe? Was it Finland? They are clamping down now.
Yeah. So you know, it's and I will say I had an interesting luncheon yesterday, and at a place that I will probably never go back to until coronavirus is over because I like the place and I like the owner, and I'm not going to name names, but 90% of the patrons coming in and out, nobody wearing masks.
You know,
not 10% not wearing masks, 90%.
We did not have that experience yesterday on our trip. Even inside of the haymaze, the kids and the adults. Even the ones in costumes were all wearing masks.
Nice. I like that.
And a lot of them actually matched their costumes. Which
That's if I were going to do it, that's what I do.
I feel like that's how Halloween's going to be too. Like people are all up in arms and worried about like trick or treating, but I feel like it's a really safe activity. Just wear a mask.
I'm legitimately not even remotely concerned about surface contact. At all. Like I'm just really not. Like I guess if someone coughs on the candy and then hands me the candy, then I immediately try to eat the candy.
But if they're wearing a mask and you remove the wrapper or wash your hands before you eat, you'd be fine.
Right, don't rub your eyes, I guess.
No, that's really it is. If they cough on their hand and then
they have a mask on,
and then you touch the candy, just wipe your hand off.
Yeah, even then, like if it just goes in your bag, I would expect since normally you don't eat most of your candy till the next day. Well, you probably eat a little that night, but you're gonna go home and dump the whole damn thing out to pull out the good candy. I mean, at least that's the way I always.
That's
do
the way we do it. Actually, we usually have the kids sit down and do candy.
And if you're super concerned, you could let it sit for a few days. Untouched, airing it out, the virus is not going to survive on a plain surface for more than 24, 72 hours. I don't know.
I agree.
I don't get the fear of Halloween at all. I just really don't. I guess if your group is 10 kids or whatever, and like some of them aren't wearing masks, making copies, but they're still outside, which makes it unless they're copying right in your face, like the odds are significantly lower.
I would agree with that. So we're not
letting
the kids go. We're going to have the kids. If the kids want to go trick or treating, they get to go trick or treating. It's totally up to them.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure what our daughter is doing yet.
Well, she's going to hang out with us at Shane's.
Cameron said he's more than happy to trick or treat.
Oh, that's right. So, okay.
You're going to love it. So, that was the other interesting news this week.
You're ready for those pictures.
When we talked to Cameron about walking around with Callie and doing some trick or treating, and we're like, you can wear a costume or not. And he's like, I'm going to dress up as the scariest thing I can think of. My dad. So he's gonna wear like shorts,
Beer
with the
shirt,
white socks
beer shirt.
pulled up, a beer shirt, and a bald cap.
I like it.
And I was like, "Yep, that's solid right there. I like that." So we'll definitely have to get some pictures of the kids.
Callie's some anime character, I think. I'm not actually.
That's
sure
not
which
surprising.
one. That's sort of her Jamie. So, but I don't know. So I'm not really terribly worried about Halloween.
I'm not either.
Okay, so let's talk about the beer. So today's beers are hazy IPAs.
Yes.
Shane, tell us about hazy IPAs.
Okay, so the hazy IPAs, also sometimes called the New England IPA, which is I don't know why I number them. It's just weird. It's a thing. So basically, they tend to be the more tropical of the IPAs. So you're using a lot more of your Citra hops, your Simcoe hops, those kinds of things. But the distinction is obviously the color. And they get the haze not really from adding anything normally that gives you any kind of flavor or anything. It's usually just oats. They just add some oats. If you've ever put oats in water, you see the cloud come off and it gets all creamy looking. That's basically what they do. But they tend to be a little higher in alcohol too, in your like 7%-ish range. But again, the distinctions are the tropical aromas and the cloudy. It does.
So the New England style is kind of a newer style, though, right?
It's
4 or 5 years. It's
4 or 5 years,
classic
yes.
beer style.
And it's funny because it's actually got like some of the old school brewers. That's like Altamont's thing is make beer clear again.
Right.
So
Right. Some people hate
kinda
hazies. They really
some
hate
people
them.
hate hazies.
Not in this house.
Not in this house. Hazies, but for me, hazies they're really either really good or really bad. There's really just not a middle of the road hazy. Like if they just use the wrong hops, I don't like them. So, but that's me.
So I mean, when I drink a hazy, what I'm usually looking for is a nice. I want some aromatics out of it because I feel like it should have a nice juicy.
Mm-hmm.
You should definitely be able to smell some hops. I actually I like them better if you can taste like some of the juice, like when you're drinking.
I agree.
I don't want a regular IPA flavor. I kind of want an IPA flavor if it were infused with like maybe a little bit of grapefruit juice, or like a little bit of orange juice, just like a nice citrusy sort of flavor usually.
Yes, I agree. And that's really what a hazy should be, in my opinion.
All right. Well, let's see here. The wife poured herself something. What did you pour yourself?
Pineapple gosa. I think it's supposed to be like an upside down pineapple cake.
Ooh.
It's from Malpractice. It's a gentleman I did a beer trade with.
Malpractice Brewing. Shout out.
Where are they from?
I forgot.
I'm just curious. Malpractice Brewing. I can look
I remember you
Yeah,
told me that.
it's I want to say it's a home brewing place.
The color looks good. You've got a really nice head on it, actually.
And it holds. It like really holds.
You might have to hold that up.
Put it in the camera so the camera can see the beautiful head of the can.
Well, here's the can.
There you go. And look at this pour, you guys. Look at this pour. Speaking of this pour, let's talk about beer glasses, man. Seriously. What is up with all the beer glasses these days, right? Like, I mean, at least that one holds a whole can. I mean, you order some
That's
of these
a
beer
good
cans
point.
these days.
It holds a
And-
whole 12
A
inch.
whole 12, but it holds a 12-ounce can and leaves you a little bit of space, man. You get those glasses like the Tubby, which I like the Tubby glass. I think it's
I like the
drinkable,
Tubby glass a lot, actually.
but that damn thing holds 16 ounces,
Oh,
stone
To the
cold
rim.
at the rim. Like Shane, you can't even fill up a Tubby with 16 ounces.
No, you can't.
And walk
No.
away with it.
It's absolutely true.
Yeah, you couldn't do it at all. Like never.
It's from Connecticut.
Connecticut. It's a good beer trade.
I
They
think
sell
it's
like 9 beers.
Cheshire.
It was like a big trade. 11 beers. It was like a 2-box.
Nice.
I know, it was like a 2-box.
That's
It's a
solid.
big trade. All right. Well, before these beers get cold, let's drink them.
I agree.
Or,
So we
well,
start with
smell them and look at them, I
appearance.
My water bottle
So
here.
there's a couple that they kind of have. It's almost a pretty good rainbow actually, going from lighter, which is I believe number 4,
Yes.
right? Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To number 2 being I think the darkest.
I think 2 and 3 basically look the same darkness. I
But
actually
it's-
think 4 and 5 kind of look the same to me, and then
See, but
one
I'm
is
like,
kind of in
That's
between.
like see, to me it's going 4, 5, 1
Yeah. I'm just saying 4 and 5
3,
look
2,
very similar. is all
from
I'm saying.
light to dark.
I think that's probably right.
But I won't say that any of them are really
bad.
bad. I
It's
think
got a smile, so that's nice. Oh, it smells. fucking
Smells
great.
so good. I can't drink it, but it smells so good.
Now I'm jealous. I can't smell it.
Okay, yeah, this is great. It's really
Tubby
good.
glass.
How much alcohol came in there?
Oh,
5.2.
wow.
Wow, that's a 5.2. That's really good. You guys did a great job, Malpractice. This is a great looking brew. It's very nice.
Give back my gosa.
It's got all the flavors
Okay.
you have. It doesn't have that, like a lot of times, like on your doses, like they're a little overly tart, a little overly sour.
No,
for me.
that and
No, I'm not
that's-
saying this goes. I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
a
no.
lot of times on doses.
And You're exactly correct. That's one of the reasons I don't like Osas a lot is they can get really
tart.
pungent tart, and you would think pineapple would just make that more likely to happen because it's
nice.
And I love pineapple. That's amazing.
I feel like I can taste
it has
the
a
cream.
cakey taste.
I feel like I can taste
Yes.
the cream.
That's my point. I can taste the cake and the pineapple, and neither one is overpowering. The pineapple isn't too
You can
bitter
smell
and tart.
both things in
that-
the.
I don't know how
Yeah.
they did that.
That's a 10 on smell,
That's-
guaranteed.
That
Yeah,
is-
rated
I
that
mean,
10 on
you smell that and you know what you're smelling.
It's great. Very impressed. Very impressed.
It is great.
Sidetrack, but wow, that was good.
That was great. So, all right, let's go back to appearance. All right, so I like them a little darker in my hazies, I think. No, I don't. I'm lying. What do I even like? I
See,
have no idea what I'm like.
I'm liking number
I'm moving this
5.
over here, though, because I'm confused. All right.
I'm liking number 5.
I like number 3.
I'm thinking.
I like the darker hazy.
I don't. That's what I'm saying. I
2
like
and
the
3 look
darkers a
pretty
little bit
similar.
I
less.
feel like the lighting maybe
This is
makes a little weirdness.
2, 3, and 1 are all
They
fairly
are
similar.
actually lighter.
Yeah, no, it's not that. It's just like it looks kind of like a dirty or
But
something.
like I said, I
don't know
think
how dirty,
it's actually a pretty good color wheel. This one's the lightest, then this one, then this one, then this one, then this one.
Yeah, I'm not. None of these are bad. None of them are
I'm going
necessarily.
to call these 2 and 8.
I'm not giving
and
any
these
tens
ones are
here.
9.
I think.
Yeah.
Because these are all nothing is standing out for sure, which I would normally give a 10.
8,
Um,
8, 9.
I think it's probably just going to be 8 across the board for me, to be honest with you, because I just think darker and lighter are both fine. I don't have a problem with either one. I would love to get a glass, like a full pint pour of any of these, and I think it would look great.
I agree. And to remember too that the plastic may give it a little bit of a fog. Plus, there's the condensation that's on it. But I think they all look great. I like the lighter a little bit better than the darker, so that's why I'm 8.
Yeah, that condensation might be a little. All right, well, let's smell them. I know when he set it down, there was definitely some smell.
Oh, yes.
So. That's good.
Oh, I smell. I
There's
like the
smell
smell of
here.
that. That's a 9. I like the smell of that.
I think that's pretty reasonable. I think
It's
you
got
wanna
like
smell this
just
one
a
or
really, really good.
Wait, thanks, Darren. I'm going to drink my dose accordingly. Alone.
She's over there drinking her.
I don't think this one has as much smell as the first one.
No,
I'm
it
not sure
doesn't.
this has a lot of smell at all.
No, it
I'm
doesn't.
gonna give it a 7. I mean, it doesn't smell bad, but it doesn't smell like
I'm agreed.
It's not super
Yeah,
fragrant to me.
I agree with you. It's not. It's not what I want my hazies to be. You should jump out. You should have like I should smell it here. I shouldn't even need to stick my nose in.
This one has a little more than the last one, but still not a lot.
I don't even smell anything on this one either.
I'm gonna go with a 7 on it as
I'm
well.
on the 7, Yep. And again, I get a little smell, but when I get a hazy, it should. I wonder if it's number 1 that we smelled the whole time.
The smell is back on this one a little bit. I think.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna go
this
8 on
one's good.
one.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going through smell today.
So number 1 was apparently packing all the smell.
Yeah, number 1 has all the smells. This one's probably an 8 as well, I think. It's kind of interesting that the lighter ones smell
Yeah.
better than the darker ones. Just
It is
interesting to be in a way it works. So
It is.
So, yeah, I got 17, 15, 15, 16, 16. So
I got 18, 15, 15, 17, 17.
So
Because I didn't like the 2 darker.
we basically agree. You're just meaner than I am.
That's very, very true.
That's why I'm the face of the show.
That is.
Because I'm just so nice.
Well, you're all better looking. I get that. Plus the ginger. Everyone likes a ginger.
it's the sleeves.
It's the sleeves. It is the sleeves.
I'm totally getting a beer tattoo.
I know. You told me. I'm looking forward to it.
It's gonna look an awful lot like our logo, actually.
Which, if you haven't seen the new logo, check it out. I like it a lot. Good work, Corey, picking it out and
Random
making
guy
the
fiber.
adjustments. And Random Fiber Guy.
It's good. It's not. I'm not getting hit with the juice. I was hoping for a little more juice.
It's grapefruit.
It's not
That's
too strong. It's not strong though. It's
But
very light.
it's a little more grapefruity than I like the hazies to be. I like them to be more pineapple-y, tropical. It's nothing wrong with the grapefruit because I actually like grapefruit in my normal IPA. So I like it.
Yeah,
But
I'm not sure.
it's not as tropical as I want a hazy to be.
I'm not sure I would call it the grapefruit on. It just sort of tastes like a hazy, sort of a like not a hazy, like an IPA with just a little extra infusion, like a small amount of infusion, but not a lot.
That's what I would say. So I'm gonna give it like a 25.
Like, the aftertaste is fine. It's passable. I'm not sure it's great, honestly. I'm gonna go 15 there.
I'm gonna go 16 there. And drinkability, I think it is actually pretty drinkable because I like the
could
color
drink
and the
it.
smell.
It's got great. So I'm gonna get
bump it
yeah,
1 point.
up 1 there too. So 9, 17, 41, 46, 56,
61, 60,
81.
86, 85.
Yeah, which is fine. It's not a terrible score.
No, that's a good score. That's a good beer.
All right, let's move on. We're turboing through today. Trying not to get the hour and a half show in today.
Well, when you have 7 doubles, it'll happen.
I definitely like this better than the first one.
Really? I don't.
I think the juice is a little bit more pronounced.
But what's the flavor? I can't pinpoint it. I'm not getting tropical at all. I'm getting
No, let's try the water.
earthy.
Okay, let's try it.
I'm not getting tropical at all.
I like it better, but not significantly. I'm gonna go 20. 25. I think the aftertaste is probably 2 points better than the last one.
And that's what I'm not liking about it. I'm going 24 on taste, but I'm going 13 on
I'm
aftertaste.
gonna go 25 on versatility here. So 8, 15, 40, 57, 82 for me on this one. So beat the first one by a little, by 1 point, which I think is fair. It's slightly better than the first one. Like if I were choosing, I would choose it.
49, 52, 75.
Damn, you are so mean.
I'm
But
mean. Is this tropical? Would you call any of those flavors tropical?
No, it may not be a tropical.
Citrusy, fruity, but that's what I want in my pieces.
That's fair.
I want tropicals. I want, I want passion fruit. I want
Till,
pineapple.
wait till next week we just dump some fucking grapefruit juice right into some PBR. You'll be like, this is hella juicy.
We didn't put grapefruit juice. That's another one we could.
Well, it just says fruit.
That is true. It just says fruit. But I think that she was thinking.
We left it open for.
One of the.
She was thinking durian probably.
Things. You know what I mean?
Kidding, we're not putting durian in the house. There will be no durian in the house.
What's durian?
Durian's that stinky
Oh,
ass fruit.
durian fruit.
Oh, never heard of durian fruit.
Yeah, ew.
I've never heard of it. You do it.
Oh, yeah.
Jackfruit.
Okay, so this.
Jackfruit is a little different though because it's almost a meaty texture.
This has the juice. I think it might be the higher alcohol because there's a little bit more alcohol burn at the end for me. But it definitely has the front juice. I think.
I get it. I like this one a lot better than number 2, but I still don't think I like it as much as number 1 because
actually
of the
I fed it
flavor.
all, but
Try to get
Up,
it. It's definitely got a much better taste and aftertaste than number 2 did.
It's a little alcohol burny to me at the very, very end. Not like alcohol burn, but like a little. I feel like you can taste the alcohol at the end more than I could on the previous 2. I'll try this aftertaste again.
I'm just making sure. I can see posting.
I think it's good. I shake the aftertaste too. I want to bump it a little more here. So 8, 15.
So I'm gonna go 20.
I mean, I would really. I might actually get a second pint of this. Like if I was getting this at a brewery, I wouldn't feel bad if like I was ordering a second pint.
I got you.
The reality is, I only order the second pint of the same beer at a brewery if I think all the other ones don't look good at all.
That's true.
Or if they have a really small menu. Generally, if you have 14 things on tap, I'm getting 2 different beers. I'll basically always am.
79.
Oh, 8, 15, 41, 49, 59, 86.
Ooh, that's your top score. So
Yeah, I like it a lot, actually. I know the juice.
and the more I'm
I think
drinking
it's
it,
good.
it's.
I feel like it's super drinkable.
I agree with you. I gave it a bump up on drinkability because it is. The more I'm drinking of it, the better.
I definitely feel like it
This
has
is the one
flavors
I'm
I'm
looking
expecting.
forward to the most. This is one I was hoping would give us, in color wise, my favorite.
I mean, it's got a nice color.
I'm hopeful. Optimistic.
Optimistic.
That true. All right, here we go.
That was punny.
That was punny. It was very punny before.
All right, let's try some beer.
That's juicy.
It's really good.
That's juicy. Yeah.
What is the back end? The back end flavor is different than the other.
And that's what. But I'm wondering. I get a little something maybe like passion fruit or mango or something. I'm not sure what the flavor is because I'm terrible at that, frankly. But I like this a lot. I really like this one.
Yeah, I think it's really.
This is gonna be Barebottle.
I just
Bet
took
you.
a big old sip of that.
Okay. Well, I mean, maybe I'll get a little extra pineapple.
I'm betting this is Barebottle.
I don't know. We've got good stuff in here. We got Oakland United is in
That's
here.
true. We got the Oakland United. We got
locals
the
in
Wet
here.
Hop from Original
OP's in
Pattern.
here. Yeah. This is a top flight list of breweries, honestly.
I agree. Morgan Territory too.
Yeah,
Brewery of the Year last year in California.
every single beer on this plate we've been to their brewery. The least amount of times we've been to one of their breweries, I think, is 3, and that's Oakland United.
Yes, but it's only because we only started going there.
Right.
Couple months
It's
ago.
all been this year,
Right.
Admittedly. But Barebottle we go to basically every time we're in the city. Local we go
3 or
to
4 times a year.
basically every time we're in the city. OP we go to a couple times a year because we just like the Jack London beer area.
Yeah, whenever we're in that area.
Yeah, and then Morgan Territories are local. We can
Yep.
literally ride our bikes there, like pedaling bikes.
We could pedal there. Yeah, it's only about, I want to say it's about 6 miles, 7 miles.
No, it's gotta be longer than that.
I don't know. I'll have to check.
Well, I mean, I guess if you could take like a straight route, but there's really no straight route because you're not biking on the freeway.
Well, you go.
Or
There
Grant
actually
Line.
is.
Grant Line.
And I wouldn't do Grant Line, but if you do Von Soston, which is Jeff and Angel Street, because I think it's a little safer because it's slower.
And then down through
And then down through the Safeway to 11th Street. Yeah, and 11th Street because of the freeway.
11 seen them back around on the cart there.
Yeah, and then turn left on.
I bet it's about 10.
It's probably
Even that's not a
about
bad bike
6 miles of Safeway alone.
I think
Yeah,
seems
it's not super
think
far,
it's
but it's
6
a decent distance.
because I think that off ramp's only like 2 miles.
Yeah, no, this is the shit.
But it's
You're
2
not
miles to the
using
freeway. There is that. I always forget the 2 miles to the freeway. So
All right.
anyway, this is very entertaining
Not
stuff.
that matters. It's only 1 mile from here to the
55.
freeway.
That's correct. 55. It's not. It's 2.
From here to the freeway?
Yeah.
No, you're right. It's 2.
2. Yeah.
This is good. It's better than the previous one.
65.
I know. Super exciting info here for explaining this. You guys who don't live in the Tracy area really don't care.
90.
Well, that's really good, actually.
I like this beer a lot. A lot.
I really do too. My scores
You
are good.
lift it up,
24,
it's-
25, 26, 27.
I'm getting more smell now as we've been going along. Maybe it's just as it's getting warmer, it's getting a little more aromatic. But as soon as you lift it up, you can start smelling it, and that helps the
Well,
flavor.
When it's on your palate and you go to smell it, you tend to smell it more.
That's true. That is true.
I got to 90 on this BZ though.
That's what I did.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea which one of these is which. I don't think I've had any of these before, actually.
I had the Haze for Horses yesterday.
That's the Morgan, right?
That's the Morgan territory.
Yeah, because the local you picked is the one we didn't
And I
have.
haven't had the
Yeah.
wet hop one before. I've never had the local one before. If you put
I don't know which Barebottle I picked. I think it could have been what I had yesterday, but I think it's the one we did.
And if you put Oakland
no, it
United,
was
you
Kush.
had
It
that
was Kush something.
right?
Oh, we did not.
Oh yeah, no sweet. I have had sweet before. No, it's sweet. I think.
Was it sweet? Okay.
Yeah, or dude. No, it's dude. I
That's right.
think it's dude.
Dude.
Yeah, we did not have the bear bottle.
Yeah, I think it's Kush something. Kush Commander or something on it. All right, let's try this last beer. See what's up. And then we'll talk about these beers. And then after we talk about these beers, we will cut into our new segment of sour.
The sour of the week.
Sour of the week. And then we'll talk about that beer, and then hopefully we'll wrap
We'll
up.
talk about next
If
week's
anyone has any
shows.
questions,
Couple
that sort of
events.
stuff, be sure to pop in, tell us, let us know, shoot us an email.
I forgot to mention the
Message.
Beer Mile. Beer Mile coming up next
So
Saturday.
yeah, there may or may not be a live show next Saturday morning. We might live stream ourselves drinking and running.
I'm going to.
Well, that's really what are you gonna run? What are you gonna get like a GoPro, or you're just gonna have hopefully producer D just hang
Yep.
out there and film us all running? That's fine. It's gonna be like me, you, and like Randy, and like
I know a couple
maybe
people
one
that
other
to back up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like this one as much.
I think it's good. It's kind of a little wiry.
Yeah.
I think. It's kind of a weird statement. Like
I'm
the
not
mouthfeel isn't as good as the previous ones, I think.
And I'm not getting the tropical flavors that I wanted.
I actually get those. If anything, the aftertaste on this is where the tropical flavor is shining through for me on this. Not really forward. Like usually it's really forward. I feel like the aftertaste, like the second taste you get, is way more tropical than the first taste on this.
I agree with you. There. The water helped a little, bring it out a little bit, but still
I
not
think it's
great.
good. It's fine. I don't think it's. I think it's about on par with the first one for me.
I'm just below the first one.
Yeah, I can go back to the first one. That's true. Amber's. Oh god,
I
Amber's
was
in here
going to
badly.
get hands.
Well, we probably just rated like our favorite breweries badly. I don't know.
I was just getting ready to get hands, and then you decided to take more sips.
I don't think it's as good as the first one, but not like a lot worse.
No, yeah, that's what I basically dinged it a couple points in the first one. So 49, 59, 64, 72, 81.
I'm gonna give this is a good score.
81. Which is still a good beer. Anything in the 80s is a good beer for me.
I went to 76 in this one. There's something about the way that it tastes to me. Like
I agree.
it's not even the way that it tastes. Actually, I think the taste is okay. I think it's reasonable. But for me, the mouthfeel on this just feels a little bit wrong. It feels more watery on my
said,
first drink. It's
And
it's
I'll
really
agree.
hard to explain. You want to try this? It's really hard to explain.
No, but that's I agree with you. The mouthfeel is
no,
not.
because I know exactly what you're talking about.
We're about to find out.
You're about to find out.
Touchdown Gronk.
Is one of these a water hazy IPA?
I don't think there is a water hazy.
I don't know. I'm just wondering where we're gonna find out.
Let's find out.
How does she know what we're talking
The
about?
big reveal. She may have had it before, but maybe I thought she said she
Big
had it.
reveal, the big reveal. All right, so if I had to guess, just from the top of my head here, I think the top breweries here, we had Dude before. I really liked it, so I think that's going to be one of my top 3 here.
Mhm.
I
can see that.
And I think that Barebottle Tristan makes a very nice hazy.
And that's why I'm thinking
So I think that
might be
is
Barebottle.
Gonna be in our
Because they
top
make really
3 as
good
well.
hazes.
So think back to our bear ball trip as you're saying that.
Oh, is it the watery one? I literally said that. Did we try it?
No, but a good amount of the beer we
Oh,
had
right.
yesterday.
Yeah, so we killed Barebottle today.
We actually realized
What happens?
that it seemed watery.
Well, local coming in strong up in here. You're right. You're actually right. That's totally accurate. So we have an interesting story about the Barebottle here today. Okay, I'm a little surprised by our order here. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm pretty happy with how we ended up doing the blind score here. Mostly because I did a little live shot at local yesterday, and they totally went and liked my post. So props to local. I did not know that the local beer was the one that I rated the highest. So how blind taste test works. So Shane, why don't you tell us about some beers here?
We will start with number 1, which got an 85, which is the original pattern
I
wet
got
hop
an 81.
hazy. 6.5% alcohol. Doesn't really say anything, but it says with wet mosaic hops.
What's a wet hop, Shane?
That literally means they grabbed it off the tree within a few days, put it right in, and I don't know if you've ever seen an actual hop cone, but they're like this big. They're very sizable, but they're all air. That's why they can get compressed down so bad.
Okay.
So basically, it's like a pine cone with leaves instead of the hard part of the cone. And so this is hop harvesting season is basically late September, early October. So within a week or so, you can't really do wet hop anymore. They have to be very, very fresh. They're not frozen. They're not processed. They're literally dropped off a tree, put into a box, shipped off to somebody, and put into the beer. That's what wet hop is.
There's a wet hop festival. I want to say Sierra Nevada has a wet hop festival
they do.
every single year
They do.
Around this time,
Yes.
except for this year because 2020 is the worst year.
Yes.
But they have one over near Davis, I'm pretty sure, in that area. Not Dick. No, they're not in Davis. They're near Davis, though. They're in that area.
Chica.
Yeah, Chica.
That's where
Is that
and
near
it's
Davis?
no, not even anywhere near Davis. It's like 2.5 hours north.
Where the fuck is Chico?
2.5
Why is
hours.
there a place called Chico?
It's Butte County, which is north, way north.
B-U-T-T-E?
Yeah, Butte County. But we're not allowed to make fun of it anymore because paradise.
Is it up near Reading and stuff? It's like between Reading and like the other
from
stuff.
Reading, but I didn't think you go east, basically.
He just told you it's up where paradise is.
Yes.
You know, we've never
Where all
been
the
to
big
Paradise.
fires are. But you knew where all the big fires were.
I think all of Northern California's been on fire for
That's
3 years in a row.
Pretty much true. That is pretty much
I
true.
mean,
Yeah.
It's really hard. If
He's
you're using
not-
the fires
he's
as
not
the
kidding.
example, I'm just like, which fire? I don't know.
Yeah, no. So I've been to Chico once,
I don't think I've been.
but it was in the 90s. That's how old I am. And it was really, I don't know what it was like, what it's like now, but it's really like all of a sudden you're in the woods and all of a sudden, boom, there's this town and giant campus. And it was really cool. I liked it a lot.
There may have been beer involved too.
There may have been beer involved too. Yeah, they would basically put a rope up, put a tarp up. That was the wall. You paid to get in.
Did you go to this one up?
Kegs
No,
everywhere.
this was like I say, this was before I did that kind of beer stuff. This was, people were bringing Keystone and Natty Light to parties, and you pay $5 to, drink.
Oh yeah, tap cake. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So we should do that Wet Hop Festival one of these years.
I'm agreeing.
All right, so
I just want to go visit. I actually want to do a weekend trip up to Chico to visit the Sierra Nevada.
Yeah.
It's fucking gorgeous.
let's put that on our post-COVID plan.
I agree.
So
Which
yeah.
will be what, 2024?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's the worst year. So
It
Original
is the worst
Pattern, we
year.
talked about it last week. I
Yep.
wish we tasted them last week as well.
We did.
They're
We
an
actually
Oakland Brewery. Yeah, they're an Oakland Brewery. They're in the Jack London Square area. It's a nice spot. There's a bunch of outdoor seating out there. They always have a huge can selection. And they have dumplings as their
The
on-site
dumplings, yep.
service food, which people tell me are not bad.
Right, like
I would know because I don't think I've ever even had a dumpling. The whole idea seems weird to me.
I'm not a pot sticker dumpling kind of
Yeah,
guy.
it's basically a steamed noodle with meat inside.
Yeah, that's not selling me. It's not selling me at all. That's Original Pattern. They've been around for a few years now. They're pretty good. They're definitely worth the stop from the Jack.
Oh, absolutely. Beer number 2 got a 75 for me.
82 for me. It was my third
What
favorite
does
beer.
mine say?
Sweet.
Hazy IPA, 7% alcohol, from Oakland United. Oakland United. And it's called, what does mine say? It says sweet. So
Sweet.
they have sweet and they have dude, which is the two.
Dude is the West Coast. Sweet is the
Right,
hazy.
sweet is the hazy. So we've talked about Oakland United, Corey.
We have. So this one got third for me.
This one also got third for me.
It's good. I think it's a good beer. Oakland United is a great brewery.
Actually fourth for me. No, I'm sorry. Last place.
Last place for you?
Yeah.
You were totally not invited.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
you're never going to ask me back. Sorry, guys. Like I said.
No, it's good. I think the beer is good. I thought the beer was really good. It wasn't my favorite today, but it's super drinkable. You know, the Oakland United's facility.
But one of their, I guess, mantras is they have a beer for everybody.
That's right. True.
And they have a beer that is not for everybody.
That's right.
True that.
Because
So
I would drink. I've got 10 other cans in my fridge from Oakland United that I'm looking forward to drinking.
you got cans of that you're going to drink and enjoy, honestly. I mean, let's be honest. I've had one of these previously. We enjoyed it. We got a picture of it. It was great. Oakland United's also
We had a
Jack
picture of this
Rosemary.
there, yeah.
Yeah,
And I liked it.
That's one of these blind tastings. If you taste
That's
it exactly directly versus the other ones, you don't know what it is.
Mhm.
You have to rate things. You have to say, this
Mhm.
one I think is better than this one that I just had 10 seconds ago. You have to make those judgments. If you're just there having a pint, it's usually a very different experience. It's a very drinkable beer.
I agree.
As mentioned, the brewer and the product manager are great. The facility is located in the Jack London Square area, so if you go see Original Pattern, you should also just walk to Oakland United. They're separated by literally 2 blocks.
And if you want good barbecue, they
Yeah,
have
good
good
barbecue.
barbecue. Now, I hear that the new barbecue place opened there, and I don't know if you saw, but I had a
Oh,
friend
yeah,
wait
are you
in
kidding
line for 3.5 hours
Ouch.
for barbecue. My response to that was, ain't no barbecue that good.
I mean, we went in
Ain't no
line.
nothing.
Was that a
good.
restaurant or like a food truck?
A
new
restaurant.
Oh,
So we went in
It was
line.
its first day open yesterday, and it's
That
from
happens
like a
though on a
world
grand
champion
opening.
barbecue pit master.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be really, really good stuff. But I'll wait a month or two for
Is
this.
that the same barbecue we actually had when we were at
No,
Oakland United?
no.
Oh, different.
No,
place.
different.
So he was telling us though that this new place was open. So you don't have to wait 3.5 hours to get Oakland United's barbecue.
We've waited in line for barbecue before. The 4 of us waited in line.
Yes,
That spot open.
about an hour.
But it was about an
About
hour. And I could do about an hour, but 3.5 is like you need to bring lawn chairs and shit.
Yeah, it's really long.
Right?
It's
You
really
know,
long.
so
Yeah, really, really long. So Oakland United, like I said, it's a good spot, nice facility. Hopefully they'll get open up for some more inside seating. They've been setting up a nice outdoor setting. When we were there, they had tables, chairs, covers. The product manager / bar manager, Jay, is super awesome.
they're all pretty cool people.
The head brewer is great.
Yep.
If you check back in
Check
our
out videos.
history, you can see like a nice interview with them, a little discussion.
Yep.
But yeah, this was sweet.
Beer number 3. Amber likes this one. Haze for horses. Get it? Punny, Corey. From Morgan Territory. This is their seasonal hazy IPA.
How is it a seasonal hazy IPA?
They only make it once a year.
They make it more once here. I don't know why they call it seasonal.
It's for every
and their-
season.
And their thing is empty your pint, which I also punny. They tend to do a lot of puns. I love the punnies there. Nothing else on the can. It
We're
doesn't
puns
say what
today.
the hops. We are punny. We do have the puns going on today. 6.8%, 51 IBUs.
Let's talk about the can art. Looks like it's got.
It's a horse.
It's a horsey.
Oh yeah, it's a straight up, super up close picture of someone's
Yeah,
horse.
like a horse literally eating his hay.
I'm
got a
gonna
nice
guess it's
smile.
probably one of their horses.
This beer got second for me today.
Third for me today.
Yeah, yours.
But only by a couple
fourth.
points.
Fourth
Oh, no,
for you.
fourth, yeah, fourth.
Yeah,
But only by a couple of points. This one got third, but only by 2 points.
So Morgan Territory, local Tracy. I've actually talked about every single one. There's been some new breweries to try. But well, we'll get those in a couple weeks. But
Yes.
local or not local, Morgan Territory is over in Tracy. They're not open yet for indoor.
No.
Or even patio.
No.
So pickup is
To go
good.
in.
When they do open back up for indoor, it's a beautiful indoor space. If you're rolling down, is it 205?
205.
If you're rolling down the 205, going through Tracy between Stockton and the Bay, I would recommend taking that MacArthur Boulevard exit, rolling up to Morgan Territory and getting a beer. I think it's totally worthwhile. The
And
bartenders
if you want a
are
good
great.
flight, they have a flight
The
of
24
every
flight.
beer on tap.
They do have the giant flag. All the beers, like
We need to
24
post.
beers.
Don't we have the
Yeah.
picture from when we did that at draft? We should put that.
I have to find it.
We have to put that up.
So,
I have a picture.
Morgan Territory, it's good. That's second place for me today.
I also like their outdoor area because the way they set it up was it's in
What is a loading dock?
It's a loading dock, yes. So it's got like a downhill slope. They put a stage down there when they have outdoor events, and then tables going up. Like I say, I think the facility is great. The location's
The only
easy
knock,
to get to.
the only knock I have on Morgan Territory is that they don't have the internet.
Yeah,
They
no
do
interwebs.
not have Wi-Fi.
They do
at
not have
all.
wireless.
Yeah, so that sucks.
But,
and,
you know-
and your phone service kind of sucks. So you can't even tend there all night long.
Yeah, but that's Tracy. The phone service in Tracy just kind of blows. But I agree with you. For me, beer number 1, the winner today, Smug Cloud
Beer number 4.
from
Yes.
Local Brewing. Beer number 4.
Also, my winner,
Double dry hopped with Nelson, Comet, and Blanc.
Blanc.
Never heard of Blanc.
All right.
7% alcohol. Doesn't say anything else about it.
That's the
So,
heaviest
those-
today too, right?
Yeah,
Six-
a
well,
little bit.
6.8
6.8,
there.
6.5. This one was 6.8, I think.
And
Yeah, 6.5. Oakland United was
I don't even know what it is.
7.
Okay, so 7's about it today.
7. And that's, like I say, your hazies tend to be between the 6.5 and 7 range.
Oh, this is 6.4.
So, and I like the can art, little car with the cloud, little small thing. It's kind of cute.
Our local brewing, San Francisco Brewing, I'm not going to talk a lot about it right now because I literally talked about their facility during the opening because I was there yesterday. But they're really good, so I would recommend checking it out, going there if you're in the city.
And beer number 5.
I actually don't think it's 5.
Barebottle Kush Kingdom Hazy IPA. And it says, what does it say for 5? Oh, for 5. Oh, they this is what I love. Barebottle does this.
They put the
The recipe's right here on the can. And it even says, for a 5-gallon recipe, here's what you need. And it shows you, that's a lot of hops, man. That's a lot of hops. They do 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 stages of hops.
8 stages of hops.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But anyway, I also love the can art. I can read this one, but it's really green on black. It's terrible. Discover a long lost kingdom of hops, ruled over by Mosaic, Enigma, Chinook, and Strata hops. That's what it says. Barebottle.
Okay, so I rated this beer that works for me today. I was talking about the beer being a little on the watery side, and my wife actually brought this up. We were at Barebottle yesterday. Between us, we tried, I want to say about 6 of their beers. And they were all fine. I wouldn't not drink any of them, but my wife actually did point out yesterday that she felt like they were a little more watery, a little more thin than our previous trips there. As far as the hazies go, the hazies tended to be used to be a little more flavorful, a little more mouthfeel, I think. And they weren't quite there yesterday. I'm not sure why. Might just this thing lately could be they're pushing out a lot of extra beer.
That was my thought. Is they're pushing out a lot because they had a lot on tap.
They don't have the tap room ability, so they're trying to push out extra can stuff. So maybe it could be, maybe that's happening. But it's fine. I think it's a good beer. I don't think you would be
said they just
upset.
reopened though, right? But even then, it's still way over capacity, right?
Yeah, well, the indoors
It's a
is
very
not yet,
small
so.
capacity.
That's what I'm saying. Well, but they had a pretty good capacity.
They have a good
when they were
capacity
open.
inside, yeah.
So, but I will. Like I say, I'll say respect to
They make
a
good
business
beer.
who listens to their employees about their safety in this time. Like, you know, you could just look at them and say, it would be the easiest thing in the world to look at them and say, I can find 5 new people to replace you 5 bartenders, so shut up. And they don't. So I love that. You know, I think that's really awesome of them to listen to their staff, to listen to their concerns, to respect them enough to. Producer Denise does not like this beer.
Apparently. So, so Barebottle, I talked about them earlier as well. Like I said, this is my least favorite beer of the day, which is not typical for our Barebottle experiences. Every one of these breweries here is absolutely a great brewery. They all are among the better ones if we are in town that we will go to.
Look, and not even that.
100%. Like,
we
we're
would
actually
make,
among our favorites in town. These two are literally the 2 we go to the most often. Like, me and Amber go to most often in San Francisco.
well, and again,
This is definitely my favorite brewery in Tracy.
we will. we will sometimes just make a plan. Like, you know what? Let's go to the city and go to Barebottle. Right?
Yes.
It's just that's what we want to do. It works out pretty good because we love. There's always something there that's good. There's always something that we can find that we enjoy. And usually their flights will give you a lot of good stuff to get distinction.
They also make coffee.
Beers. They make a good coffee. Yes, Denise likes the coffee.
So yeah, all these beers are very good. So to final recap, score-wise, mine went local, Morgan, Oakland United, original pattern, Barebottle.
Local, original pattern, Barebottle, Morgan, Oakland United.
All right, so that's going to do it for the
hazy tasting.
Hazy tasting. Now we're going to do our little special section here. We're going to call this section the Sour of the Week.
We need to get a logo, like a
fucking sign.
Right, Sour of the Week.
Oh, I can't reach
like
the can.
this.
No, it's fine. So we're going to do Sour of the Week today here. So the reason why we're doing Sour of the Week is that, well, we end up with a decent amount of sours, and we don't really drink sours at quite the speed that we do.
Well, you should.
That you should.
And they're supposed to be drinking much more fresh. So they tend to sit, they tend to get worse. So today's sour is called Here's the Life. It is an oak-aged sour with Citra. This sour is produced by our friends at Dunloe Brewing. Dunloe Brewing is a brewery located in Davis, California.
We talked about them a couple weeks ago.
We did. We were there a few weeks ago. They should be opening back up for indoor seating pretty good. I can tell you by looking at the look on the producers' faces here, we're in for a treat. I don't know if it's going to be a good treat or a bad treat, but
I'm thinking not so good.
I feel like it's going to be polarizing.
That's a better way to put it, yeah.
So I'm hopeful. Generally speaking, I'm not a giant fan of sours. I like them with a little bit more flavor. The idea of an oak aged sour to me makes it sound like it's going to be a true wild fermentation style sour, and then aged in oak barrel. So I have no idea what to expect here when I taste this.
But I will remind you and our viewers, was it last week?
Yeah, I never posted that.
We did a separate little 5-minute show with what the beer that we both said had no right to be as good as it was.
It was
Pocket Taco.
Yes, it was Pocket Taco.
The jalapeno lime.
Yeah, I
Jalapeno grilled lime.
I did take a video of that, but I didn't post it.
Okay.
I don't know. I thought I
We
might
need
be
to
a little
post it.
drunk. I don't know.
Well, I have to watch it again.
Fine.
I would say, we had a 20-minute conversation about the benefit of the fuck word
I
in the
know.
original show, so I don't know that necessarily
I was making weird gestures involving tacos and stuff. I don't know.
I missed that. I'll have to rewatch the video just to see. I'll
Posted.
have to rewatch the video just to see.
But
So,
last week, he's right. Last week, we did a Dunloe Brewing sour, and it was fucking great. It was just like a margarita.
Not expected.
Margarita in your mouth. It was
it was.
beautiful. The jalapeno was there. The salt was there. The grilled lime was there, which you would think is going to taste like lime, but it turns out you can almost taste the grill.
yes, you could taste the smoke. Yeah.
So
I agree.
today, like I said, oak aged sour.
Here we
I
go.
want to talk about. So start with the smell.
Well, you start with appearance.
Oh yeah, I guess that's fair.
It looks a little light as a sour for me, but
Oh, sours are supposed to be.
they're but I'm
It
more
depends.
of the fruity sour guy.
Yeah,
Plus, when you
it's
get the
not
barrel
a
aged,
regular fruity sour.
it's
This is
obviously
a
not
straight-
aged in a
I
in
wasn't
like a
gonna
bourbon
rate this.
barrel or something like that. Oh, we're not rating it. We're just
We
tasting.
can't. I wasn't going
Oh,
to
okay.
keep up with the score on it
Okay.
just because I like the score because you base it on other things. I was just going to sort of taste it.
Oh,
And see
okay,
what it's
that's
supposed to. We can score it if you
No,
want.
that's fine.
It's just hard to score on its own. I think.
We're-
I
you know,
can't hide facial
I think it's very hard. It's very hard. I
expressions.
think the score. Like,
You're getting the
individually
sour.
on its own.
There's no missing it from the smell. You are
It smells
absolutely
like
getting.
pickles.
I don't get pickles.
You don't?
No, I get sour. I mean, this just
I don't think it's that fragrant. I think there's
It's
definitely a sour
pickles.
smell there, but it's not overpowering.
it should be. This is what
I
I
don't wanna
believe a
sip it
sour
till
should
it
smell
tastes
like.
like
This
it.
right here is what it should.
I'm not getting a
smell
lot of oak.
like. You probably won't get a lot of oak in the smell, though. I don't think.
Smell the can.
Smelling the can.
Right?
Dill pickles?
No, I get.
No, it's way more fragrant. The
It's-
can is way more fragrant.
Yeah. I'm getting a little bit of the oak smell out of it.
I think the smell's fine. I think it's fine. I would turn it down.
I'm gonna get drinks.
I think it's pretty reasonable.
Also, a hazy IPA.
What did you think of the appearance and the smell?
Oh, I thought it smelled like dill pickles.
What about the appearance?
Where's our
Looks
sticker?
good. I don't have a sticker here. so-
Oh, yeah, I didn't pull me out. I think it looks like a hazy.
It does look a
Honestly,
little
if you
bit like a
compare it
hazy.
with the rest of your hazies, it looks just like that. So I find it to be pretty
It does kind of look like a hazy.
because
That's
I
fair.
like the
That's
color
fair.
of hazies.
I think that's fair.
I don't disagree with that.
Now let's try the taste, I guess.
Here
You
we
ready to
go.
try it?
Here we
It's
go.
a very clear taste.
That is a super neutral statement.
Yeah, I mean it's just very it's pretty one note to me. I don't know.
I think I know exactly what you're saying. It tastes like a sour beer, but not like a gone bad sour beer. Just like a plain sort of sour beer. No sort of fruit note to me. Just kind of the tartness. I don't get the oak though.
I'm not getting any oak either. You're definitely getting the tartness. Like what you're looking at is a prime example of what I think a sour is supposed
This
to
is
be.
a true sour.
And I'm not, like we've talked about, I'm not a huge fan of them.
This is way more drinkable than some sours I've had though.
And
It's not
that's
super sour.
where I was going is the tartness is not completely overpowering. I didn't pucker.
No.
And there are some sours where I get it just like, not this one. The finish is,
Really Donald Trump in my drink.
that's my job. It's my job. See, look.
There's no shaky.
You'll do the
Left hand
Donald
doesn't shake as much as right hand. I'm not sure.
It
Parkinson's,
reminds
I'm guessing.
Trump. I think it's good.
not
Honestly, I
about
think it's
them.
good.
I really like them and everything, but I think it tastes like apple cider vinegar.
I'm not sure where you're getting those,
I've never actually just straight up drank an apple cider vinegar, so I do not have the answer to this question.
but like I said, this is to me, this is a sour. This is what a sour
I think
should
it's
be.
good.
I would say this is much more drinkable than most sours, so maybe it's not as sour as it should be.
I do get the citra in the back though.
Uh-huh.
The more I drink it.
That's the finish I'm getting is the citron.
I do think this is the right size pour. A little 5-ounce pour of this is probably
Yes.
perfect for me.
I could not drink a whole can,
All pint of this would be very
but I
generous
don't
for me
drink
to
a whole can of any sour, really.
Right, you drink 19 cans of Hazy IPAs. Or double
Hazy?
IPAs.
Double
Hazy
IPAs.
IPAs.
Double Hazy IPAs.
Yes, yeah. Corey's off to a good start again, and he still has to run 10 miles, people.
He is not
Yeah.
drunk though.
That's
He
true.
just tries to talk too fast.
I thought I would like it. So, I mean, if we, okay, so let's say we're going to rate this. Because, you know, I said we weren't going to rate it, so let's fucking rate it. Great. So I think the taste, if I was looking for a sour, I would give this taste somewhere in the 4 to 26 range, like an 8.5-ish range.
Yep.
Because it's exactly what I want in a beer that says it's just an oak aged sour.
Yes.
If it's an oak aged cherry sour, or even cherry, like a cherry, like they have cherry barrels you can age, like I've had those, and I didn't get those flavors, I would rate it lower. But I feel like I don't get the oak a lot, so I kind of want to drop just a smidge on that. But flavor wise, it just tastes like a nice, clean sour.
I agree.
I agree. If that is your jam, you will very much enjoy.
I agree. If you like sours, and that would be, which is funny because you normally like sours, right?
She likes kettle sours.
I don't
like
oh, you
true
like the sweeter sours.
Yeah, we all tend to like the sweeter sours much more than the pure sours. Same reason why I'm not a giant Gosa fan.
So I would really
like
love
the
to hear
adjuncts.
from someone that drinks more sours because even though like I say I'm not a huge fan of sours, I think this is a great example of a drinkable, approachable sour. I would say that for someone who's never had a sour, this is probably a good place to start just because it's not completely overpowering and it's not a whole bunch of extra other flavors. You're getting what I think is a good classic sour flavor, which is clearly what he was going for. So
it's really good.
I agree. I think it's really good.
Yeah, I think this is the right size pour. Probably a little more, not a little more. It's definitely drinkable. The aftertaste is really nice.
I mean, I love all the tartness on the side and back of my tongue. It's really
the tartness totally hits the back of your tongue, really, really.
But
really
it finishes with citrus. It really
and it
does.
The more I drink this, the more I like it. Actually, I think it's a complex beer. I think the flavor kind of grows on you.
And that's a good sour, like a good red wine. As you're drinking it, the complexities of the flavors, your tongue starts to get a little bit more of each little bit of the flavor, and I agree with. Like I said, I think it's a very good beer. Bravo, Dunloe. Good job.
So I'm calling this Dunloe beer really good. I would drink again, probably as part of my flight.
Yeah, like I'm never gonna walk into a bar and order a sour. That's just not. I'm never gonna ever.
I get them in flights.
I would get it on a flight, but I just won't. Like if I'm going to get a pint of beer, it's not gonna be sour. It's not gonna be sour. But I think this is very drinkable and very approachable. So
thank you, Dunloe. All right, I think that's probably gonna do it for today's show. Oh, we've got the wheel of adjunct. Are we gonna spin that boy, or are we gonna do it next week?
Do we want to do it during the show, or do we want to do it today so you can prep for the show? Executive producers.
That's your guys's.
I kind of think we should do it during the show, just pick the stuff up.
But we can at least show them.
But then they can spin it in the background. We don't know what bullshit we're getting fed. And then we can actually just
as
try
we're
to
all
guess.
laughing
There
in
is
the
that.
back.
There is that. Yes. So, like they're like, oh god, not that.
So next weekend for our Halloween show, we will be doing some crazy shit. We are going to spin this wheel. This wheel is going to spin. You see, it's a wheel. It spins. It's going to land on some things. What's going to happen is we're going to take whatever this thing that it landed on is, and we're going to dump some portion of it into basically one of these full of Pabst Blue Ribbon.
That's correct. And as you can see, there's some very interesting things in here. We got the honey pizza. I'm not sure how that's executive producer Denise, but that's what she wants.
If there's a pepperoni in the beer, we're going to be able to guess which flavor.
That's pretty
It
true.
won't be left in there.
Pretty true.
It will not be left in there.
Vanilla,
We're drinking some warm beer next week.
Chipotle Tabasco sauce, peanut butter crunch. You're Captain Crunch fans, but the peanut butter flavor. Pop Rocks. Shout out to Nathan. This was his idea. I think that sounds fun.
I think the peanut butter crunch inside of like a nice, well, the Pabst is effectively just a lager, right?
Right.
So I think that actually might be really good.
It could be. Yeah.
Pop Rocks, are you going to pick a flavor?
You guys are going to pick a flavor.
Okay, so we have to go buy the stuff, I
AKA
guess.
whatever the hell you find at the store.
That's right. Fruit,
Probably red.
hot tamales, pickle juice. This was my ad just for something to really focus on. What does this one say? I can't read this.
Candy bacon.
Oh, candy bacon. Yes, that sounds good to me. So those are, and as he said, we will be spinning this next week to determine what to add to our beer. Trick or treat. We'll see.
Yeah.
That should be fun.
It's going to be a thing.
That should be fun. And that's the day after the beer mile.
Yeah, beer mile on
Beer mile
Halloween.
on Halloween
And,
day.
The next day we're going to do this crazy shit. Probably going to do 4 or 5 of them. Depends. Maybe 6.
I was thinking 6.
Let's
Pabst
see.
Blue Resin's only like 5%. So we shouldn't be getting too crazy drunk. And then the following week, is that our winter warmer week, or are we waiting until December for winter warmers?
The following week will be on the road.
That's on location. That's
It'll be
right.
an on location. That'll be an on location event. We're hoping to do an on location from some brewery located in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Or Lemoore, which is I think.
I said that. Same thing.
Same thing. Yeah.
What's that?
We probably should
Kidding,
say
I'm
that.
kidding, Lemoore guys. If you live in Lemoore, I'm sure town's great.
Hey, no! Now you can name a sewage treatment plant after us. That's what should happen.
We're not donating $55,000.
No, that's a very point. I'm not donating $55,000.
So yeah, we probably end up we might end up in a little more. There's a couple breweries out that way that had interesting sounding names. If that doesn't work out, we're going to end up probably somewhere else.
Probably.
Well, definitely somewhere else. But
Definitely.
So that's in a couple weeks, and then hopefully we'll do this Bear Lakes thing eventually with Randy. If not, we're going to do that the next time we don't know what the hell to do.
Well, I think he's with the weather turning. He's good with outside.
Okay, outside's fine.
So I think that's the way to do it. Yeah. Today was a little chilly, but it looks nice out there now. So maybe the following weekend. I'll check with Randy.
Check with Randy.
I want to say
You want
that's
to
the
do it
weekend.
before it starts raining.
Yes, we do.
Yes, for sure. So I think that's probably it for today's show. Like you said, next Saturday we're going to do the beer mile. There should be a little live stream of that.
Yep.
Those who are unfamiliar with the beer mile, basically you pound a 12-ounce can of beer. You run 400 meters, then you pound a can of beer. You run another 400 meters. You do that a couple more times until you've pounded 4 beers and run 1,600 meters, which is a mile.
Unless you puke first.
Or if you puke, you're just disqualified.
And then you're disqualified. So you may as well just stop running.
So we're going to do that. If you've never tried that before, I'm going to tell you the truth. It's not the easiest thing to do.
No, I failed.
It's not that hard, but it's not that easy either.
It's literally, right now, it's one of the things haunting me.
Yeah, it's true.
My failure at the beer mile. It is. It haunts me.
It's true. So we're going to wrap this up. I think we got a super tight, not super tight show today. What do you go, like an hour?
Yes.
It's
An
not
hour.
the worst.
It's not the worst.
So once again, thanks everyone for watching.
Thanks for
If
coming.
you have any questions or suggestions or any ideas, you want to do a beer trade, let us know. We are
Breweries
in.
we should visit. Any of that kind of stuff.
Obviously, if you are interested in trading for beer in Northern California, we're clearly good options for that because we drive around to an awful lot of breweries.
Well, and now we'll be heading towards Southern California, Central
Yep.
Southern California. So there's places to stop and pick up.
And if you do want a beer trade and you really need a specific, or want beer from specific places, if they're within our driving range, we will actually just go out to that brewery,
We will.
generally speaking, and get beer there.
Yes.
If you really, really, really need that new Barebottle release or whatever,
Yep.
we will try to get out there and do that in your trade. If that's the sort of thing you're into. If you trade us good stuff, we will trade you good stuff.
Yes. But it should be good for good. Don't send us PBR.
So that's it. We're going to wrap the show up.
Thanks
All
for
right.
watching.
Clap your thing out.
Cheers.